Hi, welcome back. Just going to be a quick army overview today for bits and pieces that I've been working on. I've hinted at these guys before, and with the look of them, you may not quite know what I'm talking about. So this strange tentacled big-brained boy is part of my Victorian sci-fi or Ray Punk collection. He's a supreme leader. I did these just for a bit of fun a good while back. They're bombshell minis. Initially, they were just bombshell minis, set very much on a Martian planet, with hence the red cracked Earth. And I kind of I used them as a bit of artistic freedom. There's a whole raft of these. These are printed. He does metal cast ones, but getting them in, well, the country that I live in is not exactly straightforward, and when he's readable printable ones, why not? So there's our commander. Here's our two psychic boys. Sorry, out of habit. One with a staff, the big brain, one with a big brain and a laser gun. I do like his aesthetics. I think he's got a game for these, or an RPG, Bombshell he calls it. Never played it. It's always caught my eye. But yeah, so I went for a very simple green, purple and yellow secondary and third colours, and then more of a white base or brain with a blue tinge to it. So those are the commanders. What did I use for the troops? I used these three, 1, 2, and 3 as the squad leaders. Slightly smaller, bigger guns. And then for the actual troops, I used a series of these. So these are the third type. They're even smaller, not just rescaled, they're actual individual figures. A set of 3, a couple of sets of 2, and then individual 1s. Oops, so then 1s as well. So that's how I did the core troops for that. I didn't have a game system in mind, I was just having fun. And then we had 2 of these boys, who are meant to be big floaty, bigger brains, Xenothorps or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, they're just backline defense. Now, not just those. He also, if you can see in the corner here, has a series of walkers. I'll move it over this way. So there's 2, well, I've printed 2 walkers here. And if you can see in the background, I have a 3rd walker that I'm working on. Let's just give you a size comparison. So kind of like Mars Attacks was what I was kind of having fun with at the time, but I suppose that classic British audiobook it is now that has skipped my mind. They remade it with Tom Cruise. Anyway, you know the film I'm talking about, the one with the tripod, as well, where they get beaten by the flu. So that's kind of where I started from, except for that big guy. I bought him at the last My Mini Factory sale. All of these are available on My Mini Factory. 10 out of 10, would recommend. So just move these out of the way. Very fun, very quick to paint, good bit of character. He did traditionally sculpt them in plasticine and then cast them in metal. Just for a scale shot, there's an Ariadne line Kazakh, or let's see what else we have to hand. A warg. Here's a warg rider, or warg to scale. they're not tiny, but they're not big for the line troops. And as you get back, they do get significantly bigger. And the walker is a looming threat. They do have bubbles you can put on top of them if you print them in clear resin. I don't have any clear resin and no clear plastic to put on top of them, so I did not bother. So from there, I added on a couple of apes. This is a newer one. I still need to do some powder in the base for him. This is Bombshell again, from I listened to a lot of John Carpenter, and then also at the same time conveniently reading A Princess of Mars, two distinct subjects, but and then a Reaper Yeti has been done up as a panda, because hey, you're in Mars, you're in the Victorian era, why not? And then I thought, Mars, what else could be on Mars? Well, maybe you'll have some strange coloured hounds. So I have 4 of these. These are Mearse Darklands hounds, painted in just unearthly shades, blue and oranges, because once again, why not? I had a bit of fun doing it, and that's all I was doing this for. And then, following that, I thought, so what else could go with the walkers? What else would be on Mars? How about some brass men? 2. I have more of those guys somewhere. I have 5 of them in total. And then some, I have a few more of the lasers in their hands, shooting stuff at you. Zoom up. As well as another sword and 3 archers with energy beams for their arrows. Once again, all 3 of these are from Mearse, but do not let them take away from the fact that they are big boys, and they're all printed as well, and done up as if they've been copper and oxidized on a forgotten planet somewhere, as if they're ancient beings that have been taken to sleep or inactive for a long time. Now, I have one last guy to show you, and he makes the walker look small, so bear with me. This guy here is the final Colossus of the mechanized man. Well, he's not really. I have other guys sitting. You may have seen the centaurs and the spearman from earlier. Yeah, but he is the biggest animatronic or mechanized copper, steel, brass man from my Victorian sci-fi setting. So it started all the way down here with the smallest, and is going all the way up to that walker in the back. So yeah, I hope you had a brief insight into how I take through a bit of an odd project, but one that I do just for fun, for no set goal, set end goal. Yeah, I just enjoyed it, and they've sat there nice. Once again, the fun of doing a project with no limitations, no requirements, no rush, just the sheer pleasure of it. Thanks again, bye.